Hey, Taylor. Hope you're doing good. Medrano. Charlene Medrano. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to seeing Charlene first. Hope you're having a good evening. I'm going to try to situate the camera a little bit better. Hope everybody's doing good. Boy, that brushed aluminum looks so much better than that fake carbon fiber that is on the door, in my eyes. I mean, like, real carbon fiber is cool, but yeah, that's not going to work like I wanted it to either. I was hoping to put it. Holy cow, we got 14 people in here. That's awesome. Hope everybody's doing good. Yes, I saw that. And I saw Charlene just dropped one too. So I will be looking at videos at some point here. I'm going to try to keep this to an hour and just say hi and chat with the chat and try to get a little bit done. I had to fire a customer this morning. That kind of sucked. Thank you. Hope your day is a great day today. Thank you. I hope yours is as well. Charlene says you are building a car. We're cleaning a car, I guess, and then we're replacing an engine, and maybe replacing other things that are necessary. But a lady I had went and looked at the car yesterday and ordered a starter for it, and they still haven't called me to tell me it's come in yet. So I got to go look for a HEPA filter quick, a cabin air filter. I'm pretty sure I have one. I'll be right back. I'm going to go look at it though quick. And so, yeah. And then this morning she asked if the shop in town she goes, oh, the starter hasn't shown up yet. Can the shop in town do it? Or the other shop in town can just do it or something? Or I'll just take it. And so I just dropped her key off and said, please don't ever contact me for any repairs and block the number. Because it's like, what do you... You can only do so much. And I was willing to sell the starter at a very basic, minimal to no markup, just to, she's living on, you know, like 68 years old on a budget. I get it. I'm always trying to help people out, but I'm sick of being burnt or betrayed. Like, just, you're retired. Everything you need is in this town. You can wait a day or two, and if it's that big of a deal, like, I can take you somewhere, like, but just the way she constantly kept threatening to take it to this other shop, and it's like, go ahead, pay $900 for a starter on your little bitty car. Like, it should only be $300, but go ahead. You can deal with them, because I'm not dealing with that, because I have worked for you like ever, so I don't need to deal with that. I just weed it out. Hey, Rhodey, hope you're doing good. Hey, Brown Chicken, hope you're having a good night. Thank you, Charlene. Yeah, we're getting there. We got to put the seats back in it, and it's cleaning up pretty nice. It's not going to be a show car by any means, but it was going to probably get crushed, so we're going to give it another life. Carrie coming in with the FAFO. Yeah, right? Wait, what? Ladies want to... No, she's been really patient, you know, and I'm a single dad, and things come up, and I get busy, and Carl asks me for help, and he's 96, so he gets priority, and, you know, like, my son gets priority over Carl. Like, there's a list of priorities that I have to address. And I showed up at like 8:05, diagnosed it, called, ordered it. It was supposed to be in yesterday afternoon. And then that message showed up this morning. Yes, I'm done. And then earlier, before I even looked at it, she's like, if you're busy, I can just have the other shop in town. Why would you even contact me then? Just have the other shop in town look at it. Don't even bother me if you're going to say that. Like, say, hey, Carrie, are you available to check out a car in the next 48 hours? Yes or no. That's it. That's all you have to ask. You don't have to say, hey, Carrie, are you available to look at this car in the next 48 hours? Or should I just have the other shop look at it? Well, I think you should just have the other shop look at it, is what I think. Because if that's how you think, I don't want your work, period. And then I had 2 more people contact me today for work that are wonderful, awesome people to deal with. The one dude, I told him how much to pay, and he paid me like $100 more. And I said, hey, man, I just want to make sure, like, I know people like to tip, but that's a little, you know. And so, like, those are the people that you want to keep on the hook and let the users, the suckers, bottom feeding carp. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I always feel a little bad, because I know what it's like to be in that position, but quit threatening the other shop. And I know 2 of the guys that work there really well, and they're great people. So that even sucks more. And I know she's going to have to pay triple the price now, but at least I know my buddies will get work. Maybe they'll probably tell her the car is junk and they won't work on it, or it should be junked. It's a 96 Corolla, but it's solid. It's a fun little car. I actually enjoyed working on it. Though a couple times I did. And it's like, you know, it's just a pain in the ass. I'm not going to deal with it. So enough on that. Oh, and then I went into Quick Trip at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And there they are. I was looking for my HEPA filters. They're up on a shelf in a tote. So this might be interesting. Oh, there's a red bow. We'll take you with us. And so, hold on a second here. I want to make sure I don't drop a whole bunch of stuff on my head. Oh, this thing weighs a lot. There's a big roll of plastic in it. That's why it's so heavy. All right, what do we got here? Air filters, air filters. Oh, we might have more yet. Hold on. We might have more. Trailers. Okay, we're gonna put it back together without a HEPA filter for now because I don't know, maybe we'll just set all the components up there and I'll get one tomorrow because I don't want to do it twice and I don't even know why I thought about it. Because when you turn the AC or any blower, heater, anything on, it'll blow really good smelling air with a new one. And without one, it might retain the original smell of the musty car. So anyway, I'll get over to the chat, read some chat quick. So I got to finish my quick trip story. I was walking in. Let's see here. We'll back up a bit here. Taylor, Rhodey, good to see ya. Charlene, Karen's car. Yes, it is. Exactly. Custom builds BTTX. I always get crappy clients, never find good ones. It's a 10-to-1, bro. Or chick. I'm guessing, but it's 10-to-1. You got to go through 10 bad to find that good one, and then really work your ass off to keep that one. Yeah, just the constant. I got to change my blower out in my caddy. Decent. Is it under here or under the hood or? Oh, there's your answer is right there, Carrie. It says it's behind the glove box. Very cool. Shouldn't be too bad then. Yeah, and so I was walking into Quick Trip, and like these cups nowadays, like everybody's got to have fashionable cups. And or mugs, I guess for a better term, mugs. Insulated, tall, thermos-looking type mugs and Gatorade, all these fancy devices for liquids. And I remember as a kid, like you wanted water, you drank it at your house before you left or where you got to your destination. Or if I went on a hike with my grandpa, it was like an aluminum canteen and you tasted every metal known to mankind. Those were the ways you ingested water. Anyway, this younger blonde, I would put her as she's driving. So at least we live close to a high school. The Quick Trip is not, we don't live close, but the Quick Trip lives close to a high school. And they get all this like noon, 1 o'clock-ish traffic. And it was like 1:30. And this, I would say, senior-looking blonde walks out with like 2 mugs that were like massively big. They're like thermos-looking things. And she walks through the door and she's holding 2 of them in one arm and like trying to use her arm to do the other door. But I'm getting out of my van at this point. I'm just eyeing this up as I'm getting out of my car. I'm walking in. We walk past each other. And I open the first door to go into the entrance. And then I see an employee coming fast with a man behind her. And so I open the other door and she goes, "Excuse me." I said, "Oh, excuse me. I'm opening the door for you." And she goes, "Oh, like what else?" Like I had the door open. Literally, the door was opened when she goes, "Excuse me." And I'm like, "Excuse me, the door's open for you, ma'am." And she goes, "Oh." And she goes, Is that the lady there getting in the car?" To the man. And this man was like helping a special person that was working at Quick Trip. They bring in people with special needs to help work. And this guy, I think, was there overseeing the other gentleman with the needs. And I'm like, holy cow, I'm witnessing my first theft ever. I've never witnessed it in life. And he's like, "I think it was a red Subaru." And I'm like, it might have been a Honda Pilot or I said a CRV. And I'm pretty sure it was a Subaru, but I was pissed because of that lady. So I was trying to throw him off a little bit so she could get away with her free sodas. And by the time they had me rung up at the cash register, they had already like had her picture pulled up, her license plate zoomed in. And I'm like, because I know one of the guys that works there really good. And I said, could it just have been an accident? Like, she just forgot? I said, because sometimes like I'll tuck a milk, you know, or one of those milk, like these things right here. I'll tuck one of these under my arm while I'm grabbing something else or whatever, but I always remember it. Like I've never walked out of any store with anything, but I've come close unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shoot, this was in my hand. Like, you know, like, but you never make it past the point of sale without doing so. So, Andy, the guy I know that works there, he's like, yeah, that was intentional. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, wow, I've never seen this before. So anyway, that was it. That was about the end of my people. And then I just came back and bolted myself in this shed in my little world, my little 30 by 48 dungeon of fun. Look at that carbon fiber. Ooh. Well, I can't believe they covered all that beautiful aluminum up with the carbon fiber. Says it's okay. Smoke shop, LOL. Like, wow, man, what did I miss? Wow, seems like everyone is having a day up there. I know it's the weather. We're seeing 40 tonight. It's going to be 40. 40. And then it's going to get down to 9 tomorrow night. So I think that has everybody's pants in a bundle at the moment. So we are not going to put the glove box in. We're going to pretend that goes there. Well, it does. We're not pretending. And then this piece here goes here. We'll just set that there. And then this side piece here goes over here. Since I don't have a filter to put in there. We can clean out this little lid thing here, fits up underneath. And I think there was some, so I'm going to leave that out of the car. I'm going to save that for later to clean, as well as the door for the air filter, because it's just should be clean. And then the glove box is like a really nice felt lined. Bet you this sucker weighs 8 pounds. And so I sprayed it with stuff, and then I'm going to vacuum it out really good, but I'm not going to do that on the live stream either. And I'll leave that out too, because that kind of fits into that shell. So that's that. I'll refill my 27-ounce stainless steel Arctic mug every morning at Circle K for $1.84 coffee. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. But you're giving them some. I think that's what she had, was those big. They were like pink. One was pink and one was white. And saw her just steal them, walk right out. And she even smiled at me. Badass seniors. Dinner at 9 p.m. YouTube sacrifice, LOL. Hey, it's all good, man. I was in most of your stream tonight, but at the same time, I get pulled away, and I went to pick my son up, expecting to be back within 25 minutes, and it was 2 hours before we got back home. So, and I still caught the end of your stream, so that's awesome, Smoke. What size of filter does it take? It's a cabin filter, so I don't know, probably 8 by 12. It's a pretty big square, but it's just the air intake cabin filter. So, but we'll get one at the parts store. Yeah, it was. I enjoyed seeing the video. I really want to bring out some VHS that I have from back in the day with my dad's triples, and some old road racing videos, and a lot from the late 90s and early 2000s. doing burnouts in my Delta 88 with the diesel, all sorts of fun stuff. Good times. So we need to button up the driver's side now. This side's pretty good. The door's cleaned off. I'm not going to take this super gaudy. It is so disgusting, this carbon fiber. But if like some 20-year-old gets it, it's a pain in the ass to peel off, which I did to all of the center console stuff because it just looks so much better. I mean, it does have a couple little, couple little vertical scratches there. But I might even be able to blend that in with a little bit of light gray. Just put a tiny little model paint on a cloth. And just, I'm going to see how it looks in one of the little scratches. But the rest of it cleaned up pretty good. A little glue residue on the plastic right there, but not too bad. And then I did get the center console cleaned out good. We'll give it all a final clean. But I also want to figure out what's going on with the passenger seat. So I would actually like to put that in. So let's take a look at that. We're going to get high quick. And then get low. That beast. I just love the grills. I love the front end of this car. I really do. Cars have lost all hope of any styling anymore. And this car is so much wide, not so much, but it's wide in the front and it narrows in the back. And it's got shapes and flares and like a little grill and a beautiful grill. And even though it's plastic and not real chrome, and the headlights are, well, at the time that was cutting edge coolness. Now every car seems to have that looking headlight, but when it came out, they were just, I just love that. Oh, it's almost, we had a C4 and how the fenders flare up a little bit in the hood, kind of. Yeah, I just love the front end on these. And here's the new engine. We got the new engine for it. It's there somewhere in this conglomeration. That's where the axle goes through the front. It goes through the oil pan. And then the massive, those are all bolt holes for it's like a 4 to 8-inch rear end in the front. They're insane. They're not that big, but they're pretty big. No, Karen's done. No, yep, okay, there's a question on that. Well, the motor got postponed for a few days. Hey, it's Motobum Virginia. How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. I did this over the weekend. Today's what, Wednesday though already? So Monday I wrapped this up and shipped it. So then Tuesday was yesterday, kind of clean the shop, reset, work on the Infiniti, run my son all over town for 3 hours. And then today was, I didn't go to sleep. I could not fall asleep last night for some reason. Oh, it's probably because I had some of that fudge, that chocolate fudge at like 10:30 and it kept me up. But today has been, the morning got, well, I was on the morning show with the crew. It was fun hanging out for a while. And then I went and dealt with the Corolla and fired that person. Yeah, and came back here and just worked on buttoning up this Infiniti. Ordered some parts, dealt with a few things that way, but yeah, it's just constant. Fudge. Yeah, I gotta make some. I make really good homemade fudge. Then I could pack some up. I could be a fudge packer and send you some schmoke and Moto and TMT and Rody. I'll pack some fudge and send it your way. I passed out at 4 a.m. this morning. I missed a lot. Wow. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep till 2:30, but I was tired. I don't remember tossing and turning though, but I just remember not sleeping. And then I thought it was raining when I woke up, so I went back to bed at 6:30 thinking it was raining. And you know how I sleep really good when it's raining, but it wasn't at all. No rain. And then so 20 minutes later when I had to get out of bed, it was really tough. Can't wait for spring. I want to like live out in the yard. I want to build a mosquito proof shed with see-through screen walls that are electrified. So anytime even a mosquito tries to go through the screen, it gets zippity zapped. But then it's just the weather here. I don't know. I'd love to have like an outdoor sleeping quarters with a glass roof so I could just lay there and stare at the stars. And I have a cool dome, but it's not big. It would literally like it'd be for like a tiny camper thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get set up over here quick. Actually, I'm gonna clean off this bench quick. We're gonna clean that puppy off. Look at what a dump. We're getting there though. We've been busy. Electro screen keeps the neighbors out too. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm waiting on more of those donut videos. Yeah, when it gets warmer. Gosh, it's just so icy right now. I don't have studs in any tires, so it's horrible. But maybe we could get Rob to do some Rockfords on the driveway tomorrow. Wheeled work surface. Nice. Yeah, and then I've got a little light right here that illuminates this. And Schmoke, you'll appreciate this other than the knock or the... Let me push this out of the way quick. This is out of a TV. So like light reflects off of it, really cool. And so I've got a few different lights that I'll turn on from time to time. And I was seeing if there's a battery in there. No, but this is the one that you can plug in and then it goes up and down and it literally goes up like this high. It's insane how high it goes. I believe this is as low as it goes. So pretty cool though. Yeah. Sadly, this was a baby, or not a baby. What else was going on? An incubator machine, and then someone threw this stainless top away, and I'm like looking at the incubator and seeing all these features of and it tilts, but you have to take 24 volts off the circuit board to the tilt motor, but this also tilts. So like if you have it at an uneven surface and you want this level, you can level it out, which is cool. Yeah, freaking awesome. I'm really glad. And it's got the medical wheels, so it rolls like a champ. Medical wheels are the best. And these are not leftovers. These are just duplicates because I had two motors going. This is kind of stupid, which didn't go back on the car. So if you guys want to steal a catalytic converter, they bolt this to the engine block and then they bolt that to the catalytic converter with two inverted torques or whatever. Trust me, the only way to get the catalytic converter off is to unbolt it from the cylinder head. So, and this is not like a support either. It's just a wire. So I don't know, stupid stuff. Hi, Greg, Minnesota. Also, Greg D507R. Hear ya from Minnesota. Hey, Greg. Hope you're doing good. Springtime carry, not on ice. Oh, well, I want to do some ice racing this winter. It gets really popular here. You put your leathers on and some warm gloves, and you head out to the lake with studded tires. And the studding of the tires is an art, and tires are really expensive. So I don't know. I'm in, oh boy, I'm in Wisconsin. I should be able to pronounce that. Mille Lacs Lake. Oh yeah, ice racing is huge here. Huge. You should. And they set up a road course like Road America on a lake, and then they set up a big road course, straightaways. Guys do it on full-blown crotch rockets. Get amazing traction with ice and studded tires. But it's way more fun on like a 450 or something where you can slide them in and back them in. My son had the opportunity last year to race four-wheelers on ice, and I couldn't pull off the trip to get there and back financially, even though the ride was free, or the everything there would have been free. And I've got a lot of people in the, I built a couple XR 100 motors for a guy one year that did ice racing specifically. And then Ryan, I think his name is Ryan Schuneck. He set the world record here in Wisconsin for the fastest wheelie on ice. I think at like $1.60, $1.50. And then Jason Farrell from Farrell Performance in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, also holds some ice speed records as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, driving and riding motorcycles on the ice is really common and pretty cool. Very popular. But on the dirt or in the trails, it sucks because it's harsh and hard, and your suspension doesn't move, and it's not fluid like it. You can change and adjust all that, but at the same time, what am I trying to say here? On a smooth lake, it's literally like pavement, especially with good studded tires. From a guy that's good at screwing, you got to have a good screwer, because if you don't know how to screw the tire, they'll just fling out, and then they become really dangerous. And that's the other thing too. You have to make special fenders. You got to have special fenders that just ride the tread of the tire. So that way, if you are on the power really hard and one of those screws come out, they're sharp. I mean, they're not only sharp to screw into the tire, but the head of the screw itself is designed obviously to give you the traction. And so those can become very dangerous at speeds. And, you know, so that's why you got to have the special fenders, or they won't even let you out. You have to have the fenders covering the whole tire. But yeah, we should check out a little ice racing quick. I'll look up my buddy, my late friend Ray. I'm sure he's got some videos. He passed away about 6 months ago or so, but he was really big into ice racing. Let's see what I can pull up here. And I could also just link it in the chat. Lake Koshkanon is really popular here because it's a pretty shallow lake, but it's big. And then they also will wet hard-packed dirt down in the summer to simulate it. And then the ice racing guys will go play on that, which seems a little weird to me, but they also do the speedway racing on ice, which is really cool. But I think that's more of an English thing, maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, British. Here we go. I'm going to just type in Wisconsin. Very popular. Whole series. If it's cold enough. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That gives you a good idea. That's a good, I think this is actually the lake where my friend, maybe, I don't want to cast assumptions, but let's take a look here. I don't know. I'm not worried about copyrights and stuff. I don't think I should be. There's no sound. Okay, let's get this zoomed in here. Straighten that out a little bit. And we'll go there a little bit more. I'll just play that. Yeah, check that out. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Just sliding it. Look at that front. Look at the traction you get. You just get, and then you just slide. Look at those guys just sliding around the corner there. Oh, man. And then if you go boom, boom, you just slide. Hopefully not into somebody, or your bike, but you got a kill switch and a tether. So I'm guessing, you know, that when you fall off, the bike automatically kills. Look at that. And they're probably only going like 30, 40, 50, 60. Maybe if there's a straight. Look at that wheelie. Did you see that? And then they'll go out and plow it with a pickup truck, obviously, or, you know, so ice is nice. I can't say that this is in Wisconsin, but I would, if it's not, it's in Minnesota. Up there, eh? You know what to do up there in Minnesota. You got the 30-point buck. I would love to do that. That would be sick. So you put the front end down and it goes through the ice. No, I'm kidding, but that's such a beautiful shot. It is. Hey, Derek, how you doing, man? There he goes. He put it down right there. See him sliding? Oh, yeah. I should stud up the tires on that 125 and send it at one of these events and just show up on an old 125. That's what we do up here. Yeah, and you just park your stuff right out on where the boat docks were. You park your truck. If it's 12, 16, 18, sometimes even 2 feet, you can, well, then they open it up to semis and stuff that drive across it, so they don't have to take the long way around in the winter. You just cut across the lake or the river, or what, not the river usually, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's freaking cool, man. Look at the houses and that bar right there, probably. I bet you that's... Just to ride a wheelie across a lake like that would be a blast. That right there. That's America. That's freedom. Oof. They are hustling there. But I'm telling you, the traction is insane. Especially if you get on the brakes good and get the front brake, you know, trail brake into the corners good, so your tires really biting down into the ice. Slide it out like that there, or back it in like MotoGP guy there. That's good. I'd have to fall down 15 times before I do that again. I would just want to do it on a little XR100. Something that I can't go more than like 40 tops. These things here can swat you like a fly if you're not really good on the... What do we got here? Seen a stream today fishing. Ooh, yeah, no doubt. I'll pass. First sign of a flood. Nope. That's crazy, Schmoke says. Oh yeah, Red Rider is live right now too. Just if anybody else isn't, I've got her playing on my phone. So, but yeah, so we went from working on an Infiniti to looking up ice. Here's in Milwaukee. This is this Lake Michigan right here with real waves. And there's the bay is frozen, and they're going to host a motorcycle race. That's right. Yeah, there's open water. And I don't know if I would be out there, but these guys must feel that it's safe enough, because come on, why are we doing all these cinnamon? Holy smokes, that guy was cooking. Oh, that would be, ooh, 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 yep, out. Oh, he's good. He's good. That'll learn ya. There you go. Get on the gas. Get him. And if you pause it right here and you look at that front tire, you see how the fender goes all the way from there to there, so that if a screw was to pop out right here, this tire is obviously moving in this direction, it would fling into the ground. Or if it was to come out here, it really can't go anywhere. And then in the back, they do the same thing, and they've got that fender mounted to the swing arm. So you still have your full travel. It's just adding suspended weight to your suspension, but still you have to have it. And they're probably super ultra lightweight. You know, guys that are really into it probably have carbon fiber stuff. So, and then that also looks a little lowered too. Oh, those waves are right there. That's crazy. They're hustling. Oh, there's open water right there too. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I mean, I could, but not on that ice. It looks pretty chunky too. Like it's grippy and then not, and then slippy, and oh, don't ride there. Oh, that's a drone. Okay. I came here instead of Angel. I mean, I guess, LOL. Already stopped by Red Riders, LOL. Nuts. I know this is really intriguing. And then I don't ever want to compete in it again, or not again. I never have. I shouldn't have said it like that, but I wonder if I can play. Yeah.
What it's all about. Inside in the red helmet colour. Chris Harris out of gate number 2 in blue. What a night he's had. Charles Wright, likewise, not a smashing night for him. Gate number 3 in white. And Robert Lambert choosing to go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Julian buys the odds and comes through and picks up another British Championship. That will make 4 for Harris if he could do it, and 2 for Charles Wright.
4 laps.
What a night it's been, and what a way to finish it off.
So we've had 21 great races so far tonight. I've got a feeling we're about to see the best one of the night.
Dan Bewley picks up the Nigel Pearson Award with 34% of the votes on Twitter. Congratulations to Dan Bewley for that. Here we go. 4 big laps here in the grand final. Takes a run. We're away. We're into the first corner. Bewley's got there. Robert Lambert coming around the outside of Harris. Harris hanging on the second row. Here comes Lambert trying to put the pressure on. Dan Bewley. Bewley's gone wide. Lambert's got up the inside when he blocked past. Yes, he has. Bewley has to get out of the way. Here comes Harris. That mixes things up big time. And an advantage to Robert Lambert with Bewley on the back.
Robert Lambert really engineered that first lap. I've got a feeling he had a game plan all along and he worked it absolutely perfectly. Oh, look at the back now. Really right, Harris down, following Lambert right around the outside. Really, Harris trying to get through. Lambert now trying to repay the compliment. Lambert's gone very, very wide as well. Bewley once again
It's now hits the front. Chris Harris has now come to the front. Charles Wright round the inside. What a race. This is incredible racing. Oh, and got Harris again. Round the outside, this is the final effort of the race of the night. Robert Landers wins the British Championship. What a speedway race.
I put it right in front of the speaker for you. That's like I mean, obviously road racing is where my passion and heart is at because that's what I used to do. But I've fallen in love with the dirt bike scene and really like moto trials because it's slow and skill based. My friend Pat Smaji is a 14-time national moto trials champion. Has actually rode with Tony Bow and these guys. Let me just type in Pat. I don't want to promote anybody else. I don't know, like what a good one would be. Here we go. I like doing that outside over logs and normal size stuff, not like Pat went here a few years ago and got the opportunity to ride with the Europeans. He said it was pretty crazy. He's got so many videos. He did a video with my son too. That's my son when he was like 6. And they were riding the electric. I was selling those. We tried to time that so many times, and Pat was sick. Beat on the pegs. He was like 4 or 5, so. Look at that rolling stoppie into a corner on a 10-inch wheel. 10-inch wheels. Splats from that rock to that rock. Wheelie. Do you know how hard it is to wheelie over jumps on a 10-inch? And yep, he got that. That's cool. I haven't watched that in a long time. All right, I need to get back to work here. Shut that off. Get the seat back up here. Holy cow, that's a distraction. Speaking of email, looks at Carrie with the side eye and laughs. Yeah, right? When I get sidetracked like that on YouTube, you think I'm going to check my email? Are you kidding me? They are fun. They were fun. Bike Week many years ago at Spider Swap meet, met a trials guy doing killer demos. Very cool. Yeah, trials guys are really jumping on a car from a stop. Yep, that's Pat does that stuff too. He did a 180 in the air over my son and 2 other kids on a unicycle. Well, I appreciate that, Rody. Thank you. LOL there. Okay, I see. Hi. Yeah, so trials is fun, and you can do trials on a lot of different motorcycles. Well, I shouldn't have said it like that, on dirt bikes and stuff. So like that 125 that I have of Rob's that I've sort of claimed ownership of, legally it's mine now. It's been here under my roof long enough. So if he wants to go to court over $100 bike, I will fight him in court for days. I'm just kidding. But I do love that bike. It's just Rob doesn't ever sell anything, so I would never ask him to sell it to me. He'll just let me keep it and have it until either one of us passes or we find a better thing to do with it, really. I should have wiped that off first. I can just set it up here and then I'll wipe it off before I lay it over. Oh, we got some Christmas stuff. I don't know what to use for. We got to do some shop cleaning here soon. Clean the shop with Carrie. But I got a guy coming to buy the Hemi motor tomorrow. Maybe the core. So, what was that? Now you're going to see the seat frame and it's going to have a lot of surface rust, but don't freak out. It's just how it is in the Midwest when there's a lot of moisture and stuff. And we're looking at this because it didn't want to go forward and backwards. And sometimes this screw here, so this motor drives a shaft across to here, and inside of here there's a little gear mechanism, and then it drives a screw on a shaft that slides on the seat. And sometimes these, if they're out of time or one of the screws is bad, you can usually see that one will be higher than the other. Sorry about that, but these aren't. So we're just going to unplug the motor, which is right here. And then we'll look at everything first, I guess. I don't see anything like busted or too broken. Sometimes the seat pans have a metal tab that will break. So let's look at that quick. And it's going to have some flex because it's not bolted to the car frame or the body of the car. So everything's a little looser than what it should be. But I think we're going to just put power to it and see what it does. That's what we do. Yeah. There's another motor here and another motor here. And I'm just making sure that neither of those, yeah, one's for lump or tilt and all sorts of stuff. Now, do you think I'll be able to find my, let me turn that down here, my I've got a cool little wire kit that has all the little spade ends on it. So you don't have to, I haven't used it in a long time. So it might be hard to find. But look, all these Ford parts. Oh, there's one. I see one. Oh, there's another. So we might be getting close. Yep, perfect. One. That's the thing about when you try to do a whole bunch of different like stuff in your shop. You not to say that you can't get great at certain things. You can be good at everything, or you can be okay at everything, but you're never going to be. And when you're using so many different tools and having so many different kits to do this, to do that on this, it's like specializing. And that's where I really want to narrow things down to where I could specialize in just Nissan or you know, a certain year of Infiniti, or no cars at all, and just solely on bikes, which is what we're getting more and more towards as we're sitting on a shop full like 15 motorcycles right now. 13 of them are customers, and you know, it's solid ice outside, so there's no pressure, but the pressure will be on in a month. So found one component to the kit, and no goodies either. It's always fun when you find a goodie. Okay, but that'll work if I can find my test lead kit now, which could be in this cart. Feeler gauges. Whole bag of Allen wrenches somebody threw away at the dump. Like a mega bag of Allen wrenches. Mega bag. Ball-headed ones too. You can never have enough ball-headed Allen wrenches. Okay. Well, we're not striking out very good right now. We're doing. I've got this awesome test lead set that's like in its own little roll. And you just pull the wires out. It works amazing. And I think the last time we used it was over in Rob's shed. And I have a really good feeling that probably not over there. That I probably brought it back, set it down, and set stuff on it. I just want to make this quick. Okay, where's it at? Can't blame it on my son. Dang. I've got test leads. And again, that's the problem with getting organized. Like, I really got close in my tool room when I redid the front room. But now that it was like below 50 for the last week, I haven't been in that front room. And with all this other work coming in, I haven't had the time to do the tool room. So it's like you can only do so much in one day, and you got to pay your bills. So the tool room waits. I really don't want to make little test leads, but I could have made like a whole set in this amount of time I've spent looking. and ignoring my chat. So I'm going to come over here and say hi to the chat for a minute. We got 75 viewers. Wow, I'm just kidding. I know mine are in the second drawer from the top in the blue cabinet. Nice. Hey, those are handy. And when you need them, you can never find them. I know. Busy shop pays the bills. Yeah, it does. How's that computer chip install looking? Black spray paint Craigslist rebuild. You just threw my back out. Oh, I must have set the seat down then. Now I want to see the first one. I forgot what I was talking about there, but 10 foot and 30 foot. It'll make the shop feel warmer. It's okay, Carrie. We're just chopped liver. Anyone seen Alaska, by the way? I mean the guy, not the state. No, I haven't. Where are my test leads? Oh, let me just think for a minute, because that's usually what I got to do. Well, here's some wire, and here's some spade terminals, which we might not need if I hook it directly up to a 12-volt battery. So let's grab one of those, and all of those are marginally charged, but we don't need much. So let's whip this up here in a jiffy. We'll just whip up a little, because I thought maybe one of the other seat functions, we'll check, we'll be able to check them all this way if it's semi-accessible. So we'll just whip something up here with this roll of free wire I found at the dump. You wouldn't believe the rolls of wire people throw away. Rolls of speaker wire, rolls of Romex, the stuff that some states don't allow, some states do. We do, I think. But yeah, tons of Romex, brand new in the package, unopened, just rolls and rolls, chucked. Lots of speaker wire. Said that. And the speaker wire is usually new on the roll with the plastic wrapping still on it, which is always baffles me. We'll put a couple of little alligator clips. Oh. I got a brand new set of 4. These will be a little big, but I only need one really, because the other one can go on the connector end. But found these in the garbage too. Someone threw these away. I would not buy them if if I needed them, I guess I would, but I certainly would never throw them away. And if I'd just give them to Rob before I threw them away, I guess. Who wants to throw that stuff away? I certainly don't want to see it. Come on, there we go. Okay. This one can be our ground. Well, and now that I did this, like in 30 minutes or less, I will inadvertently come across my roll of test leads that I've had for like 20 years and use all the time. But of course, that's how it goes, right? And the seat tracks aren't hard at all, or they're not bad to work on these, to replace that motor and gear and screw assembly if needed. They're available. which I'd probably get through the dealer. Honestly, it probably wouldn't be that expensive either, or as expensive as one might think. Okay, so we've got our newly made test leads, and this is going into an insulated female that we're gonna put right in here, so that way when we touch the other one, it can touch whatever. So without going sparky on us, hopefully. And then we've got a battery here. I'm assuming it's got 12 volts in it. So we'll put this on the positive. What do we got here? I'm missing some. Okay, Taylor heard from Alaska. We got a break in the weather, so he's doing his thing. Sweet. Ford is in the house. Hope it's not a digital control, a washer or a dryer. Coax for days. Ugh, yeah, I won't touch that stuff. But yeah, there's always that stuff there. It's just crazy how much good stuff gets thrown away. Contractors that don't want to store it, but damn, give it right. Exactly. YouTube just crashed again. My best impression of a mechanic right now is, and another thing, YouTube crashing on us. Or you. That sucks. Or is it me that it's crashing on? All right, so now let's see if I can't do some welding. Okay, so it's locked up. It sparked and arced and wanted to move a little bit. So I'm just going to reverse the polarity. See if maybe it's at its end of travel. There, maybe that's all it was janked up because it was at the end of travel. So I'm going to try to take some stress off the track, and we'll lower it down a little bit more. We'll clean it up and see if we can lube it. Is this side really moving that much? I don't think it was. Let's reverse polarity, and we'll look at the other side while I touch this wire because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, this side's bound up. So could be from corrosion or who knows, but we're gonna find out. And in order to do that, we need to take some 12mm nuts off of here. It sucks. This is gonna suck probably. But I might just spray some. Ooh. To the dealer when this happened, we just always replace stuff. We never really took the time to figure. I mean, obviously there's something binding in there, but in this situation, since it's been sitting for so long, there's a good chance that it, I bet you this was left on. Nope, sweet. That maybe there's just some corrosion in here, but oh no, it's really, really greasy. Oh, yep. The screws are stripped. It's got a stripped screw like I suspected. Since Schmoke's in the house, I got to talk with a lisp. If you look, which you can't really see, this will be a nightmare if I try to zoom into this at all, but I'd like to a little bit. There's the screws. Kind of see how thick The threads are, well, you can't, these up here are much thinner, and it's like it's really wore out there. So when that's binding like that and the seat's not moving, it just needs a screw assembly. It doesn't even need the motor or anything, just a set of screws and then bushings, and they wear out. So that's totally normal and acceptable. And I think I will replace them. It'll probably take an hour and a half, 2 hours total to do that. And I don't know about you, but if I was going to buy a used car and the passenger seat didn't move forward or backward or kinked up or it was janky, I don't know. It'd be another 100. Oh, it's going to cost me $500 to have that replaced at the dealer or more. So stripped screw, very suspicious. That's funny. That's awesome. Is it a bad thing I understood all that? Oh, I don't know about a bad thing. That's funny though. Oh, I got to get new contacts too, because I'm getting sick of wearing glasses. I'm not a glass person. I'm a sunglasses in the day and glasses at night. So it's weird, but I guess it is night. So, all right. Well, we know that needs a screw assembly, and I'm not going to take it apart at the moment because at the dealership, I didn't like doing this. I mean, we did so much seat work as it was, but you know, I try to forget things I don't enjoy. So we'll just leave it together until I have the parts, and then we'll do it up in a jiffy. And next, we'll just focus on getting the driver's seat. Probably gonna clean it off or spray it off and wipe it down. I've got some foam stuff in a can I found as well for free. So I don't buy anything really. And that just moved like a snake. That was pretty cool. Just don't get lost in the rabbit. Oh, I know, it's easy. It's easy for me to fall down that rabbit hole. That looks like a baby seat. Camera lies. Yeah, this is the driver's front, but they're not big seats really either. They're not tiny seats though. I mean, I guess it is an American car, so they're very nice. I love the seats on these. Only cool people can rock glasses day and night. And yes, I'm being biased when I say that. Well, thank you. Hopefully I fit into that cool kid crowd, because I want to be like the cool kids, because all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. Maybe I should make a song about that. That'd be cool. So before we do this, we got to put our dead pedal back in, our accelerator pedal back in. And then I want to vacuum the carpet really good before I set the seat in. I really don't want to set the seat up there to clean it off. I don't think it needs all that much. The headrest I have off, so we'll wash that and get all his head juice off of that. And then the plastic piece kind of separated here. So I wanted to look at that. So maybe we will put it up there. So we'll just set this one here for a minute. They only weigh like 750 pounds a piece. Jesus. They are a little ridiculous in the weight. Not that much. They're probably like 60 or 80 pounds. But when a car manufacturer makes a good heavy seat, chances are they make a good heavy car. You know, I mean, they make a good product. So, and this is what, 2026, 13 years old with 150-ish, 150,000 miles. So, you know, you're going to get some stuff that needs to be addressed. Oh yeah, look at there. Well, don't you know? A little bit of. So now I don't have very good lighting, but sorry about that. I should probably do. I have a gimbal. It doesn't hold its heading, it drifts. So, but if you look right here, there's that bolt. There's a little bit of play. And then this isn't clipped to this, like that needs to be way up there. So we're gonna, these are a pain to pop off too. Oh, it's broke. Right there, the plastic trim piece is broke off of that. Maybe we can, perfect. Oh, not perfect. I could drill a tiny little hole and drift stitch it. You know, with the zip ties, do a little drift stitch. Because it's just going to do that because its support down here is missing. So it's just not going to. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Honestly. I don't want to glue stuff. Gluing stuff never lasts and work. Oh, and it's broken right here too. There's another one. That's just completely, it's like a, yeah. Now I could go in with a screw or something, like drill a tiny hole on the edge here. And I don't know, maybe bring something in with a little, that way it holds it tight to there. Line those up. Nobody would ever see it or know. And it'd be better than a cheesy little drift stitch. But you got to appreciate a drift stitch. Anybody can appreciate one of those. And you could just go boom, 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 and it'd be done. Let me know in the chat if I should drift stitch it, or I really think, yeah, that's the way I'm going to do it, because drilling a tiny little hole, it'd be a pain in the, and I have to put a spacer in here so it doesn't compress, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's what we're going to do. And then we can also put some grease. We can grease our screws, put some skunk piss down in here. That's the control unit for the seat, which is hilarious that it says AT on it, because that would think it's automatic transmission, but it has nothing to do with that. It's all for the seat. CAN, controller area networks, in its infancies. Jeopardy is on here, almost over. Shoot, you can get 150 more if you take care of it. Oh yeah. Yep, my van just turned 300. Or really, really close to it. Hot glue guns, no, they don't work. The temperatures are too extreme. I agree. Drift stitch it. Yep. Did you just say skunk piss? Yes, I did say skunk piss. I'll let Rhodey knows what skunk piss is, I'm sure. This guy did a plastic weld last night, a door handle of a Mazda 3. That's talent. Maybe not. I've never tried it, but I don't know. Plastic welding, I really appreciate. And yeah, I appreciate anybody who can do a good plastic weld. So skunk piss is any type of penetrating oil. Your PB blaster, you could even refer to WD-40 as a skunk piss. I don't know why that ever came of, but it's an old term. It's not some. It's an old. My dad said it, so I'm sure his dad said it. Maybe because on one of the cans they show a skunk, or maybe there was a skunk Gunk maybe used to make I don't know. But that's what we call penetrating fluid, or at least I do, skunk piss. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Drift stitching. So we're going to need a little drill bit and a couple little black zip ties. This should only take a couple minutes. So we got a little drill. Now I've got 3 batteries and I think all of them need to be charged. But my charger's again over in my tool room, which, oh, sounds like there might be enough memory left in those 3 little lithiums underneath it. And then we need a little drill bit. Not too big. Not too little though. And it seems like I have not much of a happy medium. We got big drill bits and then we got really tiny ones. Again, I could go over. The tool room's not heated either. We have tons of drill bits over there. Box, literally oh, here's perfect. That's a perfect drill bit. Okay. Although it looks like it has been used to melt metal at one point. Let's go right like that. We'll go like right about there. Again, the tip of this drill bit is just, it's going. No, we're not going to do that tonight. This drill bit goes right in the garbage. I can't wait to have like an 8-hour organizing stream where all I do is just throw stuff away, recycle stuff, give stuff away, get my, like my immediate tools to do like general repairs is all where I need it to be. You would think a drill bit would be as well, but we're getting there. We're just going to go right to the source. Instead of all the little stashes that you got, or at least that I have, I've got a whole file cabinet drawer full of drill bits. Just got to see which one are you? I have them labeled too. I can't see. Happen dies, bicycle stuff. Tap and die. No, that drawer moved. That one, they're up and moved. Okay, maybe I threw. Yep, that's not. This isn't looking good. This is pretty embarrassing, folks. I'm going to have a complete meltdown here. Where are my drill bits? Junior? Nothing. Literally, I literally have a whole box full drawer. And I can't seem to find them in any of these drawers. I'm sick of okay, so I'm gonna go in the other tool room. They have like a partial tool room and then an actual real tool room that stores like all the specialty tools, hardware, air compressor, grinders, drill press, transjack, torch, all that stuff. But that has not, I think I've only shown that to the public once or twice because it's pretty full at the moment. We got a lot of stuff. Hole saws, metal. Oh boy. At least some of the stuff is labeled, but there's just a lot that you acquire over time, and some of the stuff has to really go. Like, if I haven't used it or I can't use it, then what am I doing? What am I doing, people? I wouldn't say it's a hoarding situation because it's just I've gotten into a lot of different things situation, and now I've ended up with some stuff. I don't need it all. I really don't. Because I can't, if I can't find things like a simple freaking small drill bit, you can't say that you're a professional shop. I'm sorry. So that's a motivational speech to myself. And I'm under pressure. I've got a live stream going. The pressure of the whole universe is on me at the moment. All right, I just had to squeeze through some shelves. Okay, now we are in. Oh, these will work good, even though it's totally not the right thing to use. Oh no, here we go. I even have new drill bits in the packages. Forgot about these. Ooh, new drill bits are nice. 5:30 seconds. Oh, that's a better one, maybe. Oh, there's a boat motor. I got a twin cylinder boat motor engine sitting right here. We got to do a video on that. I got a 25 horse boat motor too. That I found in the recycling bin at the dump. And Shade Tree did a video on a boat motor a while back. It was really cool, really good video. I'm just gonna bring all these drill bits and put them in my toolbox drawer. The little ones and packages would work good for safety wiring things or drift stitching. I could drift stitch it with safety wire, but then I don't want somebody to reach under there and poke their finger with the safety wire. So we'll grab some zip ties since we're right here. All right, we are cruising back from a trip to the hardware store, basically. Look at there. Just ran and bought and some little bitty jigsaw blades. My buddy rebuilt my manual window crank handle with epoxy and it held for years. Awesome. Awesome. I just, with these, and you sit down, oh, Jesus Christ, sorry about that. You sit down on the seat cushion and then it smushes out the foam. And I don't know. I've seen everything tried at the deal. I think a little drift stitchy will be great here. But I mean, epoxy can work good in situations for sure. And maybe even in your body. Ford's buddy, let's see here, I'm missing something. This guy did a plastic weld last night, okay, on the Mazda. He does window tint, but took off door inside panel. Oh, gotcha, I must have cracked it. I have 100 pure skunk essence, so I was not thinking WD-40. Oh, that could work too, Schmoke. What did Schmoke say? Oh, the epoxy, yes. Some of the two-part epoxies, or even like they've got some insane epoxies. Many brands, particularly PB Blaster, have a strong, pungent, and highly distinctive odor that people find very offensive and comparable to the smell of a skunk's defensive spray. Thank you, Rhodey. That's a very wonderful interpretation, or not interpretation. It's a perfect definition of why we call penetrating fluid skunk piss. My door needs alignment. This lube with rust penetrator worked. WD-40 didn't help. Yeah, WD-40 is more of a lubricant, I think, than a penetrant, but not finding those seat parts on Infiniti. LOL, discontinued. Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll get some on eBay or something used. I got a part source too. Maybe the junkyard might have some, and if not, then we'll 3D print them, because that's what we do now, right? Cool. Send me the soundtrack. That would be great. I love the smell of WD-40. Reminds me of my grandfather. Yes. Marvel Mystery Oil is my grandpa's go-to. I have gotten multiple comments on my organization and laughed out loud. It is the best I've ever had, but far from organized. Oh, that sucks when that happens. Sweet. Thanks, Taylor. Welcome. Love having an in-house hardware store. I know, it's awesome. It just sometimes takes a little longer than it does to find at the actual hardware store, but hey, it didn't cost you anything. And it was probably free in the first place. Give Schmoke a wrench, Carrie, please. I accidentally put on, I emailed to Schmoke. No, you're good. And yeah, I can make him a mod here quick. I don't think he wanted to be, but I can take it away too. So let me know, Schmoke, if you want me to take it away, let me know. So Ford truck I saw today said Power Stroke, not the big 6.7 emblem. Weird thing was it was also F-150. Interesting. Are they putting the 4-cylinder diesels in their F-150s like GM's doing a lot? Because I know GM's doing a lot of that. Ugh. Those have the eco diesel with the oil pump driven by a belt. I'm sorry, I will never own a vehicle that has a belt-driven oil pump. That's just insane. Okay, so we've got a little pilot hole there. Let's see. Good. The battery's getting pretty good. We'll do another one like right. Oh, got my finger. I'm just kidding. And then one right there. Oh, my finger. I'm just kidding. Now a couple of zippies. Speaking of Zippy, isn't that cat's name? She's probably outside, but it's like 40. They're in heaven right now. They're zipping all over, getting mice, and chasing things, and doing what little kitties do. I guess I shouldn't probably do this because I'm going to have to eventually maybe take it apart. So we'll just leave it like that for now. That'll work great because I also will run these from the inside so you don't see the big. So when you do see it, it'll just be little black fold over there. You won't even notice. It'll look wonderful. And then the person will be like, oh, that's brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? What's that called? It's called drift stitching, man. At least I think that's what the kids on the street call it these days. So that's productive. That's productive. We did that. And I was going to stay live until 9, and it's 9:40. So give Schmoke Taylor's wrench, LOL. Smooth operator, hope you're doing good. Are you fixing a Cybertruck seat? No, but it sure looks like it. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Outlaw 2025 said hi. I must have missed these somehow on my phone. I apologize for that. If I did, so no, an Infiniti Cybertruck, yes. Smooth operator, thumbs up. Rody, what the hell? Taylor says. Yeah, smooth operator. We're doing a little Infiniti G37 revival, and the passenger front seat seems to have a little bit of, well, it does. It binds. One side moves, the other side doesn't. The track screws are shot in its little track screw place. So we're doing that, and then we're going to put a new engine in it, hopefully tomorrow. My goal tonight is to get it on the hoist. Probably won't live stream. I have this ADHD problem with live streaming where I don't accomplish that much. But I have a lot of fun. It is a 2013, and it does have all-wheel drive. Yes, you can see the axle goes through the oil pan right there. Almost looks like it's narfed up right there too, now that I'm staring at it. Doesn't it look like it's got a big narf in it? Oh, it's fine. It almost looks like there's a big, like, somebody hit it or something, but it's perfect. Now, yeah, it is perfect. It's Nissan perfection at their best. This was the end of their best as far as I'm concerned, and probably not even their best was the VQ35 in my book, or if they made the 3.7. I don't remember if they made the 3.7 without VVEL, but it's the wiper motors they put on the back of the intake cams that screw everything up. So there is a transfer case, yes. It's a very well built drivetrain, and we'll have that out on a table tomorrow. So make sure you like, subscribe, tune in tomorrow for sure, because we're gonna definitely we're gonna take the engine out. Well, we're gonna put it on the hoist and then drop everything out, so you'll be able to see the transmission, the transfer case. It's really a cool drivetrain. It really is. And bulletproof. Sometimes there were some clutch pack issues in the transfer case, but as long as this one was pounded pretty hard, I think. It's got full exhaust with test pipes on it. So it should sound good, but I'm just a little worried that, you know, I'm sure the drivetrain was put through the paces a bit, but they're so overbuilt. They really are. They're really, really overbuilt. 13 years at the dealership working on these, and even the G35 all-wheel drive, when they came out, there was nothing that you could break on them. They were I would say underpowered enough not to hurt anything, but yet enough power to have fun. Pretty quick 0 to 60 time. I think they're like 335-ish horsepower and that ish for torque. So, you know, an impressive number for a V6 that gets 25 to 32 on the highway. So not bad mileage, and an all-wheel drive system that it's pretty hard to match. In the snow, these things are like snowshoes. They grip and they do really, really well. The tires aren't super wide. They're 235 65 17. So a pretty common tire size. 17-inch wheels, you know, that's pretty standard nowadays. So yeah, fairly cheap to keep. Fun and zippy. Heated seats, AC, sunroof, cruise, all those things. Probably a rear view camera. But that's about it, you know, no subscriptions, no plastic all over the motor. It does have a plastic intake, and that is it. Everything else is cast aluminum. So pretty awesome. Nice CTA. Oh, thanks, Smoke. I know what that means too. Rear first and forward assists. How does it work? Rear first and forward assists. I have no idea, Formula. I'm sorry. Pounded pretty hard. Yep. Sorry, Rody. I had to. Good, you know them already. How to disassemble. Yes, the units. I don't know anything about the inside of the motor, though. I'm not going to lie. This is all-wheel drive. So it's got your conventional. And, oh, so that's what you're saying there. Hold on. Rear first and forward assist. No, it's always like a 30-70 split. And then you can't burn rubber. You know, if you turn the VDC off, the vehicle dynamic control, and you maybe get it in a part, we'll try. I'll go, there's a few cul-de-sacs around here. We'll try to see if we can get the rear tire to light up. But I don't think it will. I think with the split, and then when it goes into snow mode, it locks it 50-50, I believe, or, you know, 40-60. The front diff could really take, like the front differential in this car is pretty much the same as the rear. It's insane, overbuilt. But I think the T-case might be the weaker link if you're going to try to do 50-50. So they might even keep it 40-60 power split. But it's not split at the rear end like some of these new ones with the, it's got an actual full-blown transfer case with a chain like a GM or, you know, a four-wheel drive truck. So don't break your profit machine. Now that I don't understand. I'm sorry, Schmoke. I'm a little behind the 8 ball. Don't break your profit machine. I don't think I have one. But if I do, I definitely don't want to break it. So let me know in the comments what had to what. I missed it. Rody says. Oh, I'll just keep my mouth shut. How's that sound? And Schmoke says, don't break it, do it. Oh, yes. Thank you. No, it won't. It just can't. It won't. I will say the one time I had a G35 sedan. So it was a G35 like this, pretty much identical, but a 3.5 liter with a 6-speed manual, rear wheel drive only. Whew. So I gave a buddy a ride at the dealership. We went, you know, a couple miles down the road and got into a cul-de-sac, and I just ripped donuts. I mean, these things would rip donuts with the traction control off and just rear wheel drive. And like after a couple, I heard this nasty knocking sound from the motor. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, well, it's a used car test drive, so now's the time for it to go. And we get back to the dealer. My buddy leaves, gets in his car and goes, you know, I think he was just up there shopping or whatever. And it was towards the end of the day. And I look, and the AC belt broke. And it was just slapping around with the crank, you know, so it almost was in time with a rod bearing, but that's all it was. So that's the only scare I've ever had as far as anything ever breaking. And the transmissions are like out of a Titan, way overbuilt. But you never know, my luck. So maybe we won't do full-blown tire flame ring burnouts with it. Maybe we'll try to do an all-wheel drive burnout. Let's lock it in all-wheel drive and see. I had a plug pop out of the threads. Once. Good. Oh, I bet. Yes, dude. That gets so loud when that happens. Yeah, that is a sound I know that sound. That would scare me as well. No, they are not the same as a GTR tranny. I'm positive. I believe those are like the Triptronic clutch type deal, maybe, or just a full-blown manual, especially in the earlier ones. I don't know GTRs at all, so I just can't say. Maybe they are. Maybe they're a built one. Maybe they are, but I don't know, and I can't say. So I know that the engine, the VQ37, is like the base, and then, you know, Hiroshima Yogima goes over it at the factory and combs everything and makes it all perfect and puts turbos and the right stuff in it. But the platform is essentially the same, I believe, as far as the engine goes. So boss's car, exactly. God, I love the dealership for that reason. And I'm going to go. It's almost 10 o'clock. So I got to go in and check on Child. He's gets a little alone time, but 2 hours is probably a little too much. So I'm going to go in there, do some laundry, hang out with him. And thank you all so much for stopping by, saying hi, and checking out this project. I really want to be done with it. Out of the shop, sort of. I'm going to need some parts. We're getting a steering wheel, a rear seat, maybe some seat track parts, according to Schmoke. Thanks for checking into that. Nissan's not going to be the place to check. Although I do have some connections at the Nissan dealer, and I just was thinking maybe cross-referencing some parts. Maybe they know some inside things. Who knows? Either way, I don't want to lose all hope and faith in this track moving. But other than that, we're going to put 4 new tires on it. I've already got over there on the other side. I do have a tire machine and balancer, so I won't have to pay to have that done. We'll probably bleed, depending on the brakes. Oh, the fluid's pretty clean. I was thinking about flushing the brake fluid. You know, just all that. So, but definitely we got to get the engine in, get it running. And yeah, do some driving videos, maybe some different angles. I could set some cameras up on the road. And I don't know anybody with a drone yet, but we'll work on that. I want to take Carl for a ride in it. Give Carl a beat run. Carl's my 96-year-old neighbor that become pretty good friends with over the last few years. And he might be on the morning show tomorrow on the Coffee Crew. So check out Motobum Virginia's channel, because I might be there in the morning. I hope to be. And I might do it from Carl's house just because he's got the most beautiful view out of his back. You can see for almost 15 or whatever visibility is on a clear day to the naked eye, you can see that far. It's insane. It's probably the highest point in the whole northern or southern part of the state. So I want to do that. I want to get this done, and I'm going to go in the house. Thank y'all. Have a good night.